Hey guys, it's Tansy. I'm gonna tilt the phone screen so you can see my space better, but I wanted to start this way because this is often what I see when you come into your first training session. If you start working with your dog right now, I can't tell. So pointing me at the ceiling is not where you wanna be. You wanna make sure I can see the floor. That's easiest done either with a laptop where you can tilt your screen forward, or what I'm using is a tripod, easy to get on Amazon, pretty inexpensive. I'm just gonna go ahead and tilt down and then, there we go, there are the dogs. You can also see I have a bowl of water. That's important during training because you're using treats that, and a lot of work that may make your dog thirsty, and it saves us some time if he can just grab some water anytime he wants it versus have to run into the other room. A couple other supplies you might want to have on hand. One, this is a Topple. A lot of you know this is my favorite toy. This is Squeeze Cheese. This is from Walmart. Easy Cheese is another common brand that you'll find at the major grocery stores. It's usually in the cracker aisle. But putting a little squirt of cheese in there makes this really valuable. And I can either use it because we're working on teaching your dog to drop items, or if we have a dog who guards resources, I might tell you we need something like this because I need him to keep picking it up, even though you have a bag full of treats nearby. And if I'm using it to reward, I can bring it down, quick lick, that's one treat. Scout says, where's mine? Quick lick, right? A lot of times I say quick lick and this is what happens. That is not a quick lick. So really quick, one lick, and then get it out of the way. All right, so this is a Topple. This is Squeeze Cheese or canned cheese, spray cheese. It has all kinds of names, but it's basically cheese in a can. There is a dog version at the pet store. It's about 3 times as expensive, so I just get the version for people. Something else that is not mandatory but can be helpful is a Licky Mat. Licky Mat is the brand name. They often have suction cups in the back, but not all of them. So if you want suction cups, you have to sort of look. Suction cups are cool because then you can stick it to the side of a vertical surface like a dishwasher, refrigerator, something like that, side of the bathtub. It'll also just hold it on the floor. But I might use a Licky Mat because I need a dog to be distracted and reinforced while I'm doing something the dog isn't super excited about. So Lily does not love having her feet touched anymore because her arthritis is real bad and it makes her nervous. But if I need to touch, she can keep eating, here you go, while I touch if I need her to, right? It's just a way to free up both of your hands so that you can work versus have one hand feeding and one hand on the dog. All right, the last thing I want you guys to have nearby when you work in terms of equipment is a leash and preferably a harness. Hi, Scout. Scout thinks he's going on a walk. Because we may have a dog like Scout, good boy, who likes to jump when he sees his leash, and we want to work on that. We may, good job, Scout, just need the dog to learn to poke his head in the leash the way Scout just did. Or we may have a dog who's distracted by something else happening in the house and we want to step on the leash so that he can't leave the room, right? So there's lots of reasons we might need one of these nearby. Good boy, Scout. Last but not least, your treats. So I showed in a different portion of the video how to chop these up. It's just a baggie of treats. I'll usually say have a full bag. That's way more than you're probably going to need for your session, but we like to make sure you don't run out. I usually like to also have 2 or 3 options. Sometimes dogs get tired of eating one thing, they want to switch to something else. It's not mandatory, but it can save you some trouble. Now, this is a bag. It crinkles, right? If I say good when my dog performs a behavior, but then I crinkle a bag and feed, the dog is going to start noticing the crinkle happens before the food, not noticing the behavior and the marker word good. So I will tend to take some treats out of the bag that is so crinkly, put them in a bowl or straight on a counter if I'm in the kitchen. I have them up high where the dog is not really thinking about getting them. So I'll see if I can angle that a little more. So you can see they're up on that shelf, right? And I'm standing nearby. Oh, you want your harness off? Okay, sorry. And I'm standing nearby them so that I can grab them easily. And if I'm working with a little silly dog like Scout, who's going to jump up there, I want to put him to work right away. Good. And start, moving him away from the treats and show him the way to get them is to work. And I will help you with that, or Lori will help you with that if you're working with her. So the idea is that they are nearby where I can grab them. They're high enough that my dog isn't trying to get them. And I've gotten rid of that bag crinkle. All right, so I've got a nice open space now that we're ready to work. And you can see my body, you can see my hands, you can see the dogs. You don't really have to have your face in the picture. We like to see your face. So if you want to kind of be more in view, feel like you have more eye contact, you can certainly rotate over to a chair or an ottoman like I just did, and put yourself a little lower so that we can see you better, but it's not mandatory. You can certainly turn your phone vertical to get a little bit more of a vertical space. The problem with that is your dog will walk off frame all the time. So horizontal works a little bit better most of the time. Laptops work great because we have a nice big screen no matter what. Anyway, that's how we set up for a space. Lots of room to move around. Well lit. Notice the sun is not behind me. If you are working in front of a window, the sun will blind us. We will not be able to see you or your dog at all. So no window behind you is a good tip. Nice and well lit, especially if it's nighttime. If it's a dark room, we also can't see your dog. The other last tip for getting your room ready is get it set up, get your food, and log on a little before your appointment, a minute or two. That way, if you have anything you forgot, or if you have any setup issues or tech issues, you can get it fixed and dealt with before it's time for your session, because we are booked back to back all day. And if you end up not coming into your session until 5 minutes late, we can't necessarily extend your time 5 more minutes because we probably are jumping into another call. So you want to have all this stuff done in advance. The list of what's helpful for setup is always on the notes section of your first appointment. So if you scroll down in your calendar confirmation, you should be able to see that. If you have any trouble finding it, just send an email. Let us know you need it, and we'll get that sent over your way. All right, so I hope that helped you out. And if you have any other questions or need any other tips, just drop us a line.